Alright, we're going to make this short and sweet. We're going to be talking about the things in Aries, like the sun just moving there. We're at 1 degree. Chiron and the sun are not conjunct yet. They're still a whole decan apart, but they're going to be conjunct soon. We're going to talk about all these in Pisces. We got Jupiter in Pisces at 18 degrees. We got Neptune in Pisces. They're pretty much about to be conjunct. We're going to talk about that. That'll happen later this week. And I'm sorry, Mercury and Jupiter. And here's Neptune. They're gonna get close to Neptune too, and they'll all be conjunct. That's a big deal. Then we got all these in Aquarius. We got Mars. We got Saturn. We got Venus. Venus and Mars are not so conjunct anymore, but they're moving up to get conjunct with Saturn, which is gonna be a big deal. We still got the nodes. This one in Taurus, the north, at 23 degrees. The south in Scorpio at 23 degrees. That's pretty much conjunct to that moon right now. We gotta talk about that. There's a whole lot of squares going on. One of them being not only the opposition that the north nodes are always in, but the north node is squaring Saturn. You see, the moon is squaring Saturn, I'm sorry. The moon is in Scorpio too, closely to squaring the nodes. Conjunct. And then we have Saturn also. Saturn is pretty close to the square here is the north node in Taurus. Okay, one last thing. Let's talk about Pluto here, still in Capricorn at 28 degrees. Trining the north node. Okay. The two earth signs. But we have this sextile between, no, that's not the sextile I wanted to talk about. There's a sextile coming up with the moon. It already passed. The moon and the Pisces planets. But they're pretty much further apart because these are at the lower 20s and 18, and the moon is already past that. Let's get into it real quick. Hopefully I didn't confuse you all with that. We got a lot going on though. As usual, we got a lot going on, so I stood up this time. Happy New Year. I'm standing up because it is like 12:30 on March 22nd. This is the second day of Aries season. We're in the second day of the new year, the astrological year, which starts at 0 degrees of Aries, and we're now at 1 degree of Aries. The sun is in Aries. Chiron, the wounded healer, is in Aries. That's a big deal. We have everything in Aquarius sextiling the stuff in Aries. I showed you the moon is in Scorpio and the sun is in Aries. That's 2 Martians and the 2 biggest deals in the sky. Did you have an intense last 2 days? I know I did. Let's get into it. Again, because I'm standing up, this is going to be quick. Let's start with Mercury and Pisces. Mercury is in its detriment as the moon is in its fall in Scorpio. That's 2 water signs. That's a lot of emotions. The moon being Scorpio, and it could be sextile, or just did sextile Mercury in Pisces, but the moon is emotional. It's intense. It's in its fall, which means it's in its worst placement. It's in its worst mood in Scorpio. The sun is in Aries. It's all lit. You know, it's extra impulsive right now. Energy going on. A lot of self-centered stuff going on. But it's still lit. It's like the spring is here. It's been a nice warm day on the East Coast in most cities. It's lit. And I can appreciate that. But at nighttime, or in our darkest hour, you know, not just in the sky, but in our individual selves, we have the moon that represents our emotions and how we react. And goodness gracious, as soon as that moon moved into Scorpio and the sun moved, and both like around noon yesterday on March the 20th. So I'm talking about March the 20th and March 21st. We're in March the 22nd. The moon it's in its last few hours before it goes into Sagittarius. But I want to say, as soon as noon hit yesterday and they both switched, the moon and the sun, I got into a huge argument. I'm a Scorpio sun. She's an Aries moon. I'm sorry, she's an Aries sun. And with the Aries sun and the Scorpio moon, we just got in an intense Martian argument that lasted until, I want to say, tonight. So now that the moon is in void, things are kind of dying out. But long story short, intense. I also got a call from one of my friend's children, my ex-friend's children, because I don't rock with a lot of people anymore. But they had a big court date today, and he's 15, she's 40. He won his emancipation from her today, y'all. So I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all, but intense energy. What is going on in the world? Because mostly the moon has to deal with the people, individuals. So does the sun. So not really much collective activity, but the collective probably was individually going through intense situations today. Okay, back to Mercury and Pisces in its detriment. So Pisces, illusions, delusions, or it's conscious and elevating and spiritual. But Mercury, the planet of communication, being in detriment in Pisces means that things are not clear. We really have to trust what we're feeling, but there's nothing there to make, like there's no receipt for it yet. So example of this, because Mercury, again, is an individual planet, has to do with yourself. If you are waiting on something like me, I'm waiting on to find out when I can move into my new house. Trust it. Manifest it. Know that you got it. And I'm talking to myself as I look at myself on this camera. Know that you got it. And know that once Mercury moves into Aries, I believe in like 5 days, maybe a week, we will be better. There'll be more things taken off because Aries, first sign, cardinal sign, initiating. I'm more than likely sure that the house is coming in the next week or so. All right. Speaking of things in Pisces, we have Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. So like I showed you on the wheel, Neptune and Jupiter, I didn't memorize the degrees. I think they're 18 and 20. So Mercury and Jupiter are really close. So Mercury, Jupiter, and Neptune are all in Pisces. I think Neptune was the one who was at 23 degrees. Mercury and Jupiter. Mercury and Pisces, again, detriment, unclear. Jupiter is the planet of expanding. So Mercury, the planet of communication and the knowledge we get. Y'all see Zane in the background. Mercury, the knowledge we get. The fogginess of it all is expanding. It's like, can we get any more fake news? Can we get any more illusions? Can we get any more escapism and victimism? The Pisces, the lower energy. Can we expand on that? Jupiter said. So that's kind of unfortunate. But once I believe Jupiter and Neptune conjunct, which is this week too, or maybe like towards the end of this week, there'll be a little bit more positive Pisces energy because they both are ruled by Jupiter's the old ruler of Pisces. Neptune is the current ruler of Pisces. So more positive Neptune, Pisces, 12th house energy. More of endings for new beginnings. Okay, especially when Mercury moves out of Pisces. May, Jupiter moves out of Pisces as well and into Aries. So when things move into Aries after leaving Pisces, it could be like the breakdown for the breakthrough. I've been saying that a lot lately, and it really will set in once we get clarity on things so that we can take off, if that makes sense. All right, so let's talk about that sign before Pisces that we still got 3 things into. We got Mars and Venus, the lovers, in Aquarius. We got Saturn been in Aquarius for a minute. Mars and Venus have been conjunct for a while. They came into Aquarius together, conjunct at 0 degrees. earlier this month, and boy, they're doing a lot, especially Mars. Mars rules Aries, so Mars being in Aquarius, that is compatible to Aries. Mars understands the mission. Mars understands the assignment. Mars says, okay, Aquarius stands for rebellious. I am Mars. I'm total king war, rebellious. I'm going to put my foot down. Mars is still an individual planet, but it is getting ready to conjunct Saturn. So is Venus. I think Venus already did because Venus is ahead of Mars now. So Mars and Saturn. So we're talking about Saturn, the authority figure, the boss. And Mars also thinks it's a boss too. Like Mars is like, I'm the big dog, I'm the king of war. You're not gonna tell me what to do, old man Saturn. Okay. But their energies conjunct are like Saturn is authority, governments and stuff. So I feel like this conjunction is gonna be a lot with the war stuff. Mars, us as individuals in Aquarius, rebellious, unique, trying to find the social groups that we fit in, the friend group that we fit in. And Venus is like over it, like, Venus in Aquarius is like, you know what, if I don't get what I want out of this group, then I'll go to another group. Kind of like with the argument I had with the lady yesterday. Y'all know I'm still in my feelings about losing 19,000 followers on TikTok, and she made me feel like I never had them. Then her followers came in and made me feel like that too, but not really because I'm a strong one. But long story short, I politely told them after cursing them out that I would never want to be in y'all's group. You know what I'm saying? I would never want or value things like dividing and arguing over petty stuff. Now, Mars is behind Venus, but coming up on the back, like, why are you making my girl uncomfortable? Okay. And then Saturn is like, okay, well, listen, I'm the head honcho anyway. Y'all are following me. I've been here. I know I rule Aquarius. Saturn currently rules Capricorn, but it previously ruled Aquarius. The whole Uranus and Saturn square thing going on since last year. So, long story short with that, I would say that Mars and Saturn are getting ready to take us either into another lockdown, but I don't really think so. I think it's going to be more of a power move from one or the other. Mars being us individuals making a power move, or the governments making a power move, and that be the shadow government or the real government, a non-government. Does that make sense? The white hats. Y'all know the code words. If you know, you know. So I think that's what's going to happen with that. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's later this week. And we really got started, especially with this son of skin mask stuff. He might be getting indicted. It's a lot going down. And Aquarius is not playing with us as far as groups and division. We can divide and we can see that that's okay. But it's not like in the midst of the division, we're going to have more wars between the two sides. The two sides, I feel like, are going to come to an understanding. Okay, we want to keep our mask on. We're okay with our vaccine. We're okay with our jabs. We're okay with the mandates. But we understand that if you don't want that, it's your choice. I feel like that's coming too. I don't think this is going to be a bad conjunction, because conjunctions are normally good, but certain strong blended energies like Saturn and Mars can make things a little bit difficult to clarify. Again, with Mercury and Pisces, it's hard to clarify things. And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, to wrap this up pretty quickly, I want to talk about that moon in Scorpio that's now in void, but I caught it before the moon moves into Sag, and I can't put this video out. Let's just talk about the moon in Scorpio and how it's a lot of water signs doing things right now with all the things in Pisces. It's a lot of earth signs with Uranus and Taurus and the North Node in Taurus. Scorpio is the other water sign. Nothing in Cancer going on right now, but Scorpio and Pisces got it going on right now. with the Scorpio South Node and Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune, and Pisces. So as the moon moved into Scorpio yesterday, or the 20th, because it lasts for 2.5 days, so we're at the half-day mark after the 2 days. We're at the end. The moon in Scorpio has done so many aspects that I just want to check in with y'all. So let's go over these aspects quickly. Moon in Scorpio opposed the Taurus North Node, because the opposite side of Scorpio is Taurus, and it conjuncted the South Node. So Moon, our emotions, nodes. South Node is our karma, where we're comfortable, our past, things we need to move away from. And the North Node is our destiny, things we need to move towards. So our emotions are trying to move towards the Taurus North Node and the energy that comes with that, like security and finances being okay. But we're comfortable with the South Node putting fear in our hearts sometimes, overpowering us. Toxic energies. I was very comfortable yesterday cursing that lady out instead of the Taurus way. Let's work on things that are more important, our values, our resources. Nope. Me, because nobody's perfect, especially me, I wanted to go back into that comfortability with the South Node in Scorpio. And the South Node is just conjunct in Scorpio, like right now, the moon. But the energies came yesterday, on top of all the other aspects that the moon made in Scorpio, which is crazy because the moon is in its fall. So I feel like with what I know what happened to me yesterday and that lady and all the other people involved, what I know what happened in court with my friend and her son today, which was terrible, but her 15-year-old son, told me it was something necessary to be done. I'm not going to go and get into the logistics of all that, but he was right. It was something that needed to be done. Moving on. Moon in Scorpio opposing Uranus in Taurus. So our intense emotions are going up against Uranus, the planet of rebellion, uniqueness, new world, technology, friendship too. So our emotions are over. And then Uranus and Taurus is also a detriment place for Taurus to be in. Uranus in Scorpio, which I have on my birth chart, is an accelerated place to be in. So even on my natal chart, I'm opposing this. I'm fighting the urge to have these emotions take over what I value, the new world I'm trying to create for myself, the resources I've been working on building and using. That is the moon in Scorpio opposing Uranus and Taurus. Then we got the moon in Scorpio trining. So all things water signs. Neptune and Pisces. Mercury and Pisces and Jupiter and Pisces. Now quickly, trine is quick energy. Scorpio and Pisces are both water signs, flowing with the uncertainty with Mercury and Pisces, flowing with Neptune's delusions and illusions sometimes, and knowing, that's not real, so don't even worry about it. Or our emotions not taking over and expanding with Jupiter and Pisces. Moon in Scorpio, square. Conflict, y'all. Y'all know when I say square, conflict. Put them in a box. Square, everything in Aquarius. Mars, the planet that rules Scorpio too. Venus in Aquarius. And Saturn in Aquarius. Enough said, our emotions are in conflict with the action we've been taking. My emotions got the best of me in the action I took on that lady. Squaring the things we want and value and glorify and do for ourselves with Venus. Venus being in Aquarius, like, if you're not going to be unique, then go ahead and let your little emotions get in conflict with me, and I will show you where you're wrong. And then Saturn bringing it home, being in square with the moon after the moon is like, the thing about Scorpio is we could take a beating and still keep going. I'm tall, but I definitely have gotten my butt whooped sometimes, and I'm still got up like, okay, at least I fought you. So this is like that. The moon squaring all those things in Aquarius is like, okay, you might be tough, but even if I'm not tougher, I'm going to still get down with you. And we still going to get this solved, which is the good thing about squares. Last moon in Scorpio in the end of this video. Moon in Scorpio, sextile, compatible with Pluto and Capricorn. The other planet that Scorpio is ruled by. The transformation planet. So our emotions are transforming every day because Pluto just left. I mean, not just left. It just started its return with the United States. And even though it's just about the United States tries to control this whole world. So Pluto being a generational planet, a collective planet, this whole world is going through a return. This whole world is transforming. And the Scorpio moon is like, you know what? Let me get my emotions together and get back to work with my ruler Pluto and my compatible sign Capricorn. And let me get hard to work on transforming these energies because I don't need to be conjunct with the South Node. I need to move towards my sister sign, Taurus. And I need to learn how to work things out. I'm TMZ, teaching everyone abundantly, empowering many, Zakia, enlightening every day. This is Get a Life Astrology. Growing into divine adults. Growing into divine adults, loving yourself forever. I need some water. And let's lay back down. Hit me up in the comment section if you have any questions about what I said. It's a little bit of stuff going down in DC this week, so I'm going to see if I can get y'all some information, but I kind of got bored with that. I haven't been down there in a week. I even went like a couple of blocks away and still didn't go past the White House. I be getting bored with it sometimes, but I got y'all. Thank you to my new subscribers on TikTok that came from that argument yesterday. See how that conflict worked itself out in the best way for me because I got myself together. And y'all enjoy the Sagittarius moon because when the Capricorn moon comes, which is my moon, I got the Scorpio sun and the Capricorn moon on my natal chart, things will get serious and it'll be time to buckle down and get hard working again. When the full moon is done and it's waning, going back down to the new moon where it's dark again, release. And that is what we're going to do. Peace.